Hi, I'm Jane Oates, the president of WorkingNation. The most important thing is I'm a good friend of College Promise programs. I've admired the programs since I first learned about them, and I've watched with great delight as Martha Cantor and her team have grown programs across the country. I think it's only going to get better. For those of you that are participating today that are from College Promise programs, thank you so much for everything that you do every day to make sure that people, young people, and in some of your states, old people as well, have the opportunity to get the wonderful education at a local community college. Our conversation today is really about the changing world of work. At Working Nation, we every day tell stories about solutions, people trying to go from their education programs into great jobs, people who were laid off trying to reskill themselves, reinvent themselves in a new sector, and quite frankly, people that are going to college who are trying to figure out what are the jobs of the future. And that's what I'd like to talk to you a little bit about today. Moving forward, we always have known that you had to have a certain basic set of academic skills in order to be competent in the workforce. In the recent years, we've added technological skills to that, where we know that so many jobs today not only require good thinkers, good readers, good problem solvers, but also people who can actually do those things themselves, those technical skills. Most recently, we've been talking in the last 5 to 10 years about employability skills. Some people call them soft skills. Those of us who know people and know work know there's no such thing. These are not skills that are soft at all. They're skills that are incredibly important. In fact, many employers have told me in conversations, and many more have said publicly, that they may hire people for their technical skills and their degrees. But the most common reason for someone losing their job is not having the right employability skills, not being able to work in a team, not showing up on time, not being able to work and get a problem from start to finish, that project management skill set that is so important. And many of you are learning it as you go to school now instead of having to learn it on the job. But I would argue that for the 21st century, there is a fourth critical component of the skills that are necessary in order to compete in this workforce, and those are digital skills. If you, as a learner, don't have the ability to use technology in a business sense, you're not going to be able to compete. So many programs have started to integrate digital skills into academic curriculum. It's really a smart idea. You're learning two things at once. And you're learning not only about digital skills, you're learning immediately how to apply them. To me, it's the best way to learn. When you have to learn something conceptually and then figure out on your own how to apply it, you sometimes get mixed results. When you're actually in an academic setting doing that application, you're going to do much better because people you know and trust, your faculty, your peers, your coaches, they're going to be there to give you the critical feedback that you need to know how you did and how you can do it better. So, one of the things that I mentioned were jobs of the future. Let's talk about that for a minute. If you're in college now, what are the jobs that, at least I think, looking at the best labor market information that's available, are going to be plentiful as we move into into 2021? Hopefully, 2021 will be a year that's free of the COVID virus. I want to stop here for a second. I know the virus has been inconvenient for everybody, but for some people, it's been more than inconvenient. And if you're one of those people who has lost someone, who has gotten sick yourself, or has really suffered great anxiety, worrying about your family getting sick or you getting sick, please know you're not alone. Everyone has felt like that since February of 2020. And some of us have been able to deal with it a little better than others, but honestly, none of us are dealing with it well. We're all adapting every day. So let's again go back to 2021, where I do think we'll have a vaccine and we'll be virus free. What are the jobs that I think, again, looking at instruments like Burning Glass and MC that do some predictions, looking at the Bureau of Labor Market Statistics and what they're doing, what do I think the job outlook is going to be? Number one, healthcare. Healthcare has been growing jobs since 2007, and they're going to continue to grow those jobs. Job titles that you know, like doctors and nurses, like radiology techs, phlebotomists, all those jobs are going to continue to grow. Patient facing jobs. People are going to retire, there's going to be new job openings, and there's going to be backfills. But I want to talk to you for a few minutes about the jobs that you might not know. There are some tremendous jobs in the area of research. Lab technicians who work for research institutions, colleges, and for laboratories in corporate America. Those are great jobs. Jobs that give you a little piece of the healthcare that you like and you studied for, but they also give you a taste of corporate America. So look for those jobs as you're searching. I also think there's a huge number of jobs being opened in cell technology. Cities all over the nation are fighting to become the cell capitals, as in human cells of the nation. They think it's the next big development. So if you're someplace that's near a research hospital, talk to them, talk to their HR people about these new emerging jobs. And also, there's other jobs that have been in existence for a long time that are going to continue. Billing and coding, backroom functions at a hospital, jobs in public health, jobs at retail outlets that now do health. What does that mean? It means minute clinics. It means urgent care. It means the institutions that are near you, like grocery stores and box stores, who are now offering simple wellness checkups. They're offering allergy shots. They're offering vaccinations. Those are all places that you can look for a job when you've studied and mastered and earned an industry recognized credential in that healthcare space. And don't forget, I would be remiss since my partner Martha Cantor and I played with this term in 2008. Always look for stackable credentials, credentials that you can build on. So maybe you don't get your associate's degree right away or your bachelor's degree, but you add up credentials that get you a good job and a pathway to a 2 year or a 4 year degree. So that's healthcare. What are some other areas that I think are growing? If you haven't heard of cybersecurity, learn that term. An area that's just growing out of control right now in terms of jobs. In October of 2020, there were 45,000 job openings during the pandemic in cybersecurity. And cybersecurity jobs range from having an industry recognized credential right out of high school to a 2 year degree to a baccalaureate degree, all the way up to a PhD. You can become a cyber scientist, but you can also learn very simple things, not simple for me, but I hope simple for you, in the tech space to get you on your road to a great credential and a great career. Cyber specialists can work in IT factories, in firms, IT farms, as I call them, or they can work in every sector. Retail protects your credit card by using cybersecurity experts. Even the grocery store, they protect your personal information using cyber tech. So please don't shy away from that. You don't have to be, somebody who can pull a computer apart. You have to be somebody with good analytical skills and some good training. And finally, as I'm talking about tech, data analytics. Every sector that I just mentioned is also using data analytics. In fact, the Working Nation founder Art Bilger says that there's not going to be a nonprofit or for-profit entity moving forward into this 21st century that's not using data analytics. What does it mean? It means people looking at what you do and creating through your behaviors a prediction about what you're going to do in the future. If you shop in a store, you notice the coupons they give you are for things you buy. How did they know that you had a cat and not a dog? These are the interesting parts of data analytics, and the jobs, incredibly plentiful. Again, you can work for a data analytics firm, or you can work in data analytics in any sector. Hospitals use data analytics to look at patient care and how to make it better. Everyone looks everyone looks at surveys now. You're being surveyed as soon as you leave a store to look at your experience while you were shopping. That's data analytics. So the degrees in data analytics, again, there are some entry level certifications that are recognized by industry. There are some great 2-year degree programs. And there are, of course, baccalaureate and post baccalaureate programs. Who's doing it well? Quite frankly, there are some great high school to community college programs around the country. Orange County, California is doing a great one in data analytics. And I would point to the University of Pennsylvania, who's now starting to look at partnering with the Community College of Philadelphia to really look at pathways for people to take and access these jobs. Take the courses, get the certifications, get the job. The same with cyber. I've seen some great work in cyber going on across the country. Bronx Community College doing some amazing things, working with high schools in the Bronx and also working to build that program into the CUNY system locally there. It means that you can leave high school, go to a community college, get on the path to a cyber job, continue your education, and guess what? Have your employer help pay for it. The whole idea is to get a good job as soon as you can and do it with as little debt as possible. If you're paying attention to the College Promise folks, your counselors are telling you numerous ways to do that in your local area. I hope you'll pay attention as the next panel begins to look and take a deeper dive at these tech careers. I've given you some advice on data science and on cybersecurity. The panelists that follow are going to give you lots more specific information. The most important thing, don't give up. These are really tough times, tough to find a job. So much uncertainty about what's going to happen. Things are going to sort out. Definitely 2021 is going to be much better than 2020. And hopefully, we'll look back on 2020, you with a great job and hopefully lots of certificates and a degree. And you'll think, I didn't think I'd get through that. But with grit and resilience and faith in yourself, you will. Good luck.